Who makes it into a Premier League team of the season? This is the best of the best. We're starting off in goal. Alisson, for me, would be very, very close. I think he's been absolutely superb this season, but you never felt that Liverpool were desperate defensively. He's pulling out major saves and ultimately had a big injury for 2.5, 3 months where Kelleher came in, deputised, was absolutely fantastic, kept the Liverpool momentum going. I just don't think Alisson gets in ahead of Sells from Nottingham Forest. He's my pick in goal. His shot stopping's been fantastic. And whether Nottingham Forest fall out of the Champions League positions, they are now in Europe at the bare minimum. That's down to Sells, a traditional keeper who's flourishing, in his mid-30s, a little bit out of nowhere. And he's doing absolutely superb. Anything he claims in the air, he gets. Big shot stopper, leader from the back. He's a traditional goalkeeper. It has to be Sells between the sticks. The back four, I'm keeping it very, very simple, but leave your comments down below of your 11 as well. By the way, Munoz from Crystal Palace deserves a massive shout. In the last 3 months, he's been absolutely outrageous. You could obviously describe him as more of a right wing back. Aina at Nottingham Forest has been superb as well. So defensively robust. I mean, he never gets caught out positionally. Very simple on the ball. He keeps it snug. He keeps it ticking along. And I think that Ola Aina deserves a massive, massive shout. But for me, it's Jurrien Timber. We can talk about Arsenal all day long until the cows come home. Should they have beaten PSG? Should they have done better against Newcastle United in the league? Should they have won the Premier League this season? There are lots of criticisms about their midfield, about the ambition of Arsenal in the transfer market. But one thing that went right in the last couple of years, 100%, there's no football fan out there that can question the transfer of Jurrien Timber, who's come in. It's almost his first season. Obviously, played about half a game in his first actual season at Arsenal, got a major injury. And he's come back. It looks like he's completely fresh, almost like he's not been injured at all. Bombs down the right. He's been absolutely superb. At points, can play centre-back and left-back as well. So good on the ball, so smart, so aggressive. He is a fantastic right-back and one of the most silky defenders in my list, in my 11. So for me, Jurrien Timber has to go in at right-back. Would you agree or not? The two centre-backs are, well, one of them is very easy. I think Virgil van Dijk is pound for pound as important to Liverpool as Mohamed Salah. His numbers aren't there. He doesn't score goals. Clean sheets and tackles and interceptions aren't talked about in the same way for obvious reasons. They are probably less important than goals themselves. But I think Virgil van Dijk, if he gets injured, if he isn't part of this Liverpool side this season or even going into next season, I think Liverpool fall away a little bit quicker than Mohamed Salah not being in the side. I know it's crazy, but you feel that you could get 8, 10, 12 goals out of someone that comes in to replace Mohamed Salah a little bit more than what you'd miss if Virgil van Dijk left Liverpool. And that's obviously not happening now. The leadership, he makes everyone around him better defenders. He reminds me of John Terry in that way, the way that he made Carvalho and Gary Cahill unbelievable centre-backs. Vincent Kompany did something similar as well. The back line for Liverpool would capitulate without Virgil van Dijk. He's been absolutely superb. And to do it in his early 30s where every now and then footballers can go a little bit longer. Rio Ferdinand did it. But some players can fall off real quick when they hit their 30s, especially after a major injury. He never gets caught out. He's been a Rolls Royce of a centre-back. It has to be Virgil van Dijk. Alongside him, here are some options that I've thrown in. Leave your comments down below if you agree or not. Murillo from Nottingham Forest has to be on the shortlist. I think he's been superb. He's such a young centre-back as well. So powerful. He is absolutely fantastic. Lacroix at Crystal Palace has gone right under the radar as well. Bassi at Fulham has been superb. Dan Burn at Newcastle United. Botman in recent months as well. Dean Huijsen could be going to Real Madrid from Bournemouth. Let that sink in. That's how good Bournemouth have been this season. And Huijsen looks like a cut above even the level of Bournemouth, who could get into the European positions this season. He looks like a cut above. He's so tall. He's also got the lanky profile, but he's so silky and quick on the ball. He could be the best centre-back in the world in the next couple of years. But I have to go with the Nottingham Forest centre-back alongside Virgil van Dijk. Even Konate could go there as well. I think Konate's been absolutely electric. It has to be Milinkovic. I think he's a little bit more calmer than Murillo, a little bit more assured, got a little bit more experience. A transfer that went right under the radar for Nottingham Forest, 12 million quid from Fiorentina. He's so good. It looks like he never gets caught out. And I think Forest have built their Champions League push on the backbone of their keeper, their centre-backs, and a little bit more their midfield security. But the back four has been absolutely superb for Nottingham Forest. He has to get in at centre-back. A couple of left-back shortlist options. Anthony Robinson from Fulham. He's been absolutely superb. Surely due a big move. My first, potentially only Man City nomination would be Gvardiol. He's moved into centre-back recently, but I thought at left-back he's been strong this season. It's just hard to get my head around that kind of 12-week window where City lost nearly every game for about 2.5 months. It was outrageous. And Gvardiol gave the ball away a few times, didn't have the best performances in those losses. So it's hard for me to put him in here. I had to put in Kerkez at Bournemouth. I have to. He got 2 assists against Man City when I was watching the game. He was absolutely unplayable. So dynamic, good on the ball. Never gets caught out defensively. He looks like a young Andy Robertson. I think he'll end up at Liverpool. He should be, and I think he will be, the replacement for Andy Robertson. He's a Champions League left-back. Bournemouth have been operating with 3 or 4 players that could be playing the Champions League next season. Semenyo's another one as well. I think Alex Scott in the future could be one. The Brazilian striker up front, Evan Nilsson, as well. So Kerkez for me has been their standout player. He has to get in at left-back. 2 at the base of midfield. We're playing 4-3-3. It has to be McAllister and Ryan Gravenberch together. It's Anton Deck. It's the Chuckle Brothers. They come as a package. I don't think anyone in their right mind doing a video like this or talking about it with their mates in terms of doing a combined 11 cannot have Gravenberch but have McAllister. I think you have to have both. They complement each other. They're so good on the ball together. The amount of times that they're passing almost between the lines but together. It's a little bit like Xavi and Iniesta when they used to have that kind of relationship. Obviously not on the same level, but they come as a package. They are combined. When I was a kid, 442 magazine did a 100 best players in the world, and they put Iniesta and Xavi together in the same ranking as one player. And I think McAllister and Gravenberch are almost one player at the base of midfield. I don't think Arne Slot can change things. I think he needs an extra man in terms of workload in midfield. Maybe someone that can go deeper than both of those and push them up a little bit. But they've been superb. The way they keep the ball, the way they carry the ball, big goals in big moments, big leadership, big tackles. Almost the most balanced midfield in European football. The other one, the kind of number 10 or more attacking midfielder, is really, really hard. You have to let me know in the comments down below. Tonali, Bruno deserve a shout. Bruno from both Newcastle and Manchester United. Tielemans, Adam Wharton in the last few months has been superb. I'm the biggest fan of Adam Wharton in the world, honestly. Gibbs White, Cole Palmer, Cunha, Declan Rice has been superb. Look, again, we criticise Arsenal, but they're going to come second probably this season. 3 in a row, not great, but it's still the second best side in English football and a Champions League run. But for me, I'm going to put in Moises Caicedo because I think Chelsea will qualify for the Champions League. He's been the one player that I think you could put him at Liverpool. You could put him in the Man City midfield. He would have improved Man City. He would have improved Arsenal. He would have improved any side in the Premier League this season. With some of the other suggestions, we don't quite know about Adam Wharton or Gibbs White. I don't quite know. I don't really know about if Palmer would have fitted in at Man City or at Liverpool, for example. But I know Caicedo would have improved that midfield. I think he's been outrageously good and by far and away Chelsea's best footballer this season. They're a big club, Chelsea. They're underperforming, but he isn't. The front three is really, really difficult on some level. I want to put out a big shout to Jacob Murphy, second most assists in the Premier League this season, 12 assists, but that's behind Mohamed Salah, who's got 18 assists and 28 goals as I'm recording this video. It's outrageous. It's world class. It's Ballon d'Or stuff. I think if they'd gone further in the Champions League, we'd be talking about that. Salah on the right is the easiest pick in world football. It really is. Saka deserves a mention as well, of course. Even Savinho as a shortlist option. Down the middle, it actually got a lot easier in recent weeks. If you did this video in March, end of February, it could have been Chris Wood. His goals have been instrumental for Nottingham Forest. I think Haaland deserves a shout. Over 30 goals in all competitions this season. He deserves a shout, but he hasn't been at his best, and he has to do a little bit more. In my opinion, he has to work on his game a little bit more. Look at someone like what Isaac can do. 23 league goals this season, carries the ball like Thierry Henry. He is absolutely electric. And Newcastle United are so good this season. They've won the League Cup final, their first trophy in 75 years. He was a huge part of that. And then he's scoring big goals in the league to get them back into the Champions League. Newcastle United are back in the Champions League and they've won their first trophy in nearly 100 years. It's outrageous. And it's all because of Isaac. He's world class. They need to keep him for another season. I think they will. They deserve to. I think Newcastle United fans deserve to see Isak play for them in the Champions League. They have another go at that. And dare I say it, they have another go in the Premier League next season. But they try and win the Premier League next season, in my honest opinion. Some left winger shouts. It's a little bit more balanced, this one. Callum Hudson-Odoi, one of the wingers from Nottingham Forest, deserve a shout. Alanga as well on the other side, but we've already got Salah. Gordon deserves a shout. Diaz deserves a shout. Matoma at Brighton. They had a fantastic spell. They've fallen off a little bit. Mbuemo and Vissa, if you can shove them on the left, I think they've been superb. And their numbers, I mean, they're making Brentford that other side. Outside of the Champions League teams, the Big Six and Villa, you've got Bournemouth, Brighton, all these guys were pushing for the Champions League positions at some point in the season. They've all been usurped by Brentford out of nowhere. It's craziness. It's absolutely craziness. And Brentford are pushing towards a Nottingham Forest position. Can't overtake them, but fair play to Thomas Frank. Brentford deserve a massive shout this season. I'm going to have to put in my gut shout because his numbers aren't the best. Bournemouth have fallen off a little bit in recent weeks. Who is the best left winger I've seen? I think Diaz is probably the best left winger in the league. But I think his numbers dried up at points. And I think for me, Antoine Semenyo, the way he takes people on, the way he beats people, the way he makes top 6 right-backs look like amateurs. He's got so much power. He's got so much pace. He's got so much finesse. 9 goals, 6 assists. I think Semenyo is going to get a big move in the summer. I think I put him on the left. We've got Isak down the middle, Salah on the right. Leave your comments down below. Who's in your Premier League team of the season? Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Would really appreciate it. I'll see you very, very soon.